At 6:30 in the morning on June 6, 1944, thousands of young men sat inside small metal boats, staring at a coastline they knew might become their final destination. They were cold. They were exhausted. Many had never seen combat before, but now they were heading straight toward one of the most heavily defended beaches on Earth, Omaha Beach. Behind them was the largest invasion force ever assembled. More than 150,000 Allied troops were crossing the English Channel, beginning an operation that would decide the future of Europe. But for the men inside those landing crafts, history didn't matter in that moment. They weren't thinking about armies or politics. They were thinking about one thing: would the doors open? And would they survive what was waiting on the other side? As the landing crafts reached Omaha Beach, the soldiers finally saw what they were facing: a wide stretch of sand, with German defenses waiting above them. Then the doors opened. Men jumped into the freezing water, carrying nearly 60 pounds of equipment. Some were immediately pushed under by the weight of their gear. Others never made it more than a few steps. Within seconds, Omaha Beach became a nightmare. German machine guns fired from hidden positions on the cliffs, cutting through the advancing soldiers. The beach was covered in smoke, explosions, and confusion. The plan was falling apart. Many of the tanks that were supposed to support the invasion never reached the shore. Landing crafts were destroyed, and soldiers were trapped with almost nowhere to hide. For many men, the beach seemed impossible to cross, but staying where they were meant certain death. Their only chance was to move forward into the fire. For hours, Omaha Beach was chaos. Men were pinned down by enemy fire, unable to move forward. The mission that was supposed to take minutes was turning into a fight for survival. But then something happened. Small groups of soldiers began making a choice that would change the battle. Instead of staying on the beach, they moved toward the cliffs. The climb was dangerous. The cliffs were steep, the enemy was still firing, and every step exposed them to more danger. But these men knew one thing: if they stayed below, they would never survive. Slowly, groups of American soldiers reached the top. They attacked the German positions from behind, creating openings for thousands of others to finally move forward. They weren't winning because the battle was easy. They were winning because they refused to give up. By the end of the day, Omaha Beach was no longer impossible. The soldiers who survived had pushed through one of the most brutal battles of World War II. But victory came with a terrible price. Thousands of American soldiers were killed or wounded on that beach. Many of them were young men who had left behind families, friends, and entire lives. They were not legends when they arrived. They were ordinary people facing an impossible moment. But in those few hours, their courage helped change the course of history. Today, the waves still reach the shores of Omaha Beach, but beneath that peaceful coastline is the memory of the men who walked into danger, so the world could be free. If you make it this far in the video, I hope you enjoy a brief historical moment that will never be forgotten. I want you to like, share, and subscribe.